got a lot to learn from me.
Right.
So he should just watch and listen, Grasshopper, and he'll learn.
That's good. Hey, I want to ask you, Tyga, you know Tyga the rapper, are you familiar? He's buying all these insane cars and houses and that sort of stuff, but a lot of them seem to get repossessed. And then he just goes and buys another car, repossessed. Right? He plays this sort of game.
Yeah.
Is it good for his brand to have all of these luxurious items, even if they do get repossessed?
What's good for his brand is to stay solvent.
Right.
So, you know, you can brand build doing all kinds of things to get notoriety. But the key to success, and my mother taught me this, is never spend the principal, only the interest. So you got to have money in the bank.
Right.
And you live within your means.
He doesn't though.
Well, that's a huge problem because that story always ends badly.
But his brand is living a life of luxury, so he's got to have that.
But if you want your brand to end badly, you live beyond your means. And one day your story is, I have no money, I have no brand, I'm broke.
So it's like the Great Gatsby.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a little truth to that. I think the whole concept is today, the smart dudes get the joke. And they understand. You build your assets, you have a lot of fun, but you don't spend beyond your means. You let other people spend their money beyond their means, but not you.
So what's your advice to Tyga then?
Listen, he's got to really be careful. I'd sell all that crap, I'd get some cash in the bank, I'd invest some, and I'd live off the interest.
But then he's rapping about, like,
he
shopping in a supermarket.
He should be rapping about my mother. She'd tell him what to do.
Kevin O'Leary's mother.
Exactly, because she knows how it works, man.
Absolutely. Hey, you're a bit shorter in real life than I expected.
Listen, it could be worse. That's right.
Could I just ask you one more thing?
Sure.
What does Trump's business brand look like after all of this? If he pulled out of the race now and said, look, I was kind of having a joke, social commentary on the American political system, or he lost to Hillary Clinton, what are the two different brands he'll have if he makes those choices? I
think he shoots from the hip, and I think a lot of people in America, probably half, want a president like that now because they feel that whatever's been tried so far isn't working. We have a really interesting election coming up. I don't think we can call it right now. I don't know. The one thing I'll say about Trump, and we all have a connection, you know, we all work for Mark Burnett.
Right.
Shark Tank.
True.
The Apprentice.
True.
My connection with him is through his kids. I once interviewed one of his kids about the development thing we're doing, and I must say I was impressed. That kid was not entitled.
Which kid?
He was Eric. And he was not, you know, entitled in any way. He was working hard. He really understood the debt markets. And my attitude is, how can a guy that raises such phenomenal children be that bad? That's how I look at it.
What about Ivanka? She's all right as well.
Well, listen, there's some very smart kids in that family. You got to give Trump credit for raising a family like that. That's the way I look at it. You want to understand a man, look at his children. That's simple.
So you're saying Trump ain't so bad because of Eric?
I am willing to give every single candidate a chance. My point is I want to hear real economic policy. There's a reason they call me Mr. Wonderful. I care about money.
Yeah.
And I want to hear what we're going to be doing with our country's money, because right now we have no jobs, we have too much regulation, there's no growth. I want to hear one of these candidates come out and say, forget about all this crap. Let's talk about jobs in this country.
Right.
That's what we do on Shark Tank. We create jobs.
But will Trump have like a meaningful job after this in terms of, is anyone going to hire him to do on the show?
Trump does a lot of interesting things in business. He's built a lot of structures. You know that.
Yeah.
Some have been successful, some haven't. You show me one entrepreneur that's got 100% success. Nobody does.
Right.
You got to admit your failures. Look, I'm not trying to defend either candidate, and I'm trying to stay unbiased talking to you. My point is, tell me about the jobs. All the rest of this stuff is crap.
You're very rich, so you're probably a Republican though, huh?
No, that's not necessarily true. Within my family, you know, I've told my kids, when they finish college, they got no dough from daddy. So they're not thinking I'm that wonderful, because I want them to go make it on their own.
Tough love, man. I'll be like, come on, Dad, give me some dough.
Tiger should listen to my mother. I'm not kidding.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin, man.
Care.
I appreciate it.
Care.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
buddy. Thank you.